Good morning. It's a rainy, cloudy fall day today. I thought we'd take a tour of the front yard, the gardens in the front yard. I could show you some of the things that we have going on. I have lime green coleus in this pot. I started the coleus from seed this year. The leaves are just beautiful on coleus. The blooms, the bees love them. They're good pollinators. The butterflies love them. I'll definitely be putting coleus in our garden next year. Gloriously beautiful the coleus are. Passion flower. It's abundant in my garden. My husband found the passion flower on the side of the road. These are the fruits. I make jelly out of these fruits. Lately I've just been harvesting them and giving them to friends so they can grow their own passion flower vines. This is a dried up vine, but in the spring and late summer when they start blooming, they're beautiful. Those are the purple ones. All of our flower beds are lined with rocks that we've gathered from my sister's property in the mountains and from other friends' farms and property. I love the mountains. I can't live in the mountains right now, but I bring the mountains home piece by piece every time I visit family. And I line the garden beds with it, and I'll enjoy them so much. These are crepe myrtles from our crepe myrtle tree. I started some starts to give to friends. This is the elderberry tree. It was a bush, but it's definitely a tree now. We're going to have to move that into the back. All the elderberries will be in the back next year, hopefully. This is nasturtium. I love nasturtiums. That was the first flower I planted in my first garden when I got married. Been married 39 years, and I always have nasturtiums in my garden. They're yellow, orange, and red blooms, and these leaves have antibacterial properties. They're edible, and I love the nasturtiums. This is my aloe vera, which I'll have to bring in soon. It's October, and it'll be getting cold, and I can't leave it out here. But it's got huge. I'll have to find a place for it. That'll be a video in itself, trying to find places for all of these house plants that have to come in. Norfolk Island pine for my snake plants, for mother-in-law's tongue, my peace lily. There'll be a whole video. There's comfrey over here in a pot. My brother-in-law gave me a start of comfrey. I'll be putting that in the herb garden this fall, and I'll be excited to see how much it grows next spring. Rosemary, that rosemary will have to be planted. This is a new variety of passion flower a friend gave me. This passion flower has red blooms. It's beautiful, and I'll have to find a place where it can grow. A few of the summer blooms, impatiens. This begonia, it's seeing the end of its glory days, and we'll have to cut it back and wait until spring for it to come back. My daughter and I visited a nursery, and I bought this Creeping Charlie, this hanging basket. I hung it out here. It has got huge. It's It's grown so much, and it's blooming. I've never saw a creeping Charlie bloom. But I'll have to find a place for this thing. I mean, it's a good 4 feet in length. We've got some bushes and still in their nursery pots. We'll have to find places for. We're trying them out in different places to see. A lot of overgrowth and stuff that happens at this time of the year. We'll need to cut back and make plans for. This is a beautiful lacy elderberry. I love this thing. It has a bright lime green color in the spring. I like its growth habit. It's a little unruly and just sprawled out there. It's more of the beautiful mountain rocks. Sage, we grew sage. I've already harvested quite a bit of sage. My husband makes sausage every year, and we'll be using that sage, but it's not a good harvesting day today. It's rainy and wet. We'll have to wait for things to dry out before we do any harvesting. These are marigolds. These actual marigolds came up themselves this year. I didn't have to plant them. I had them planted there last year, and they self-seeded. When it dries out, we'll be doing some harvesting of these seeds. There's plenty of seeds on here to give away and to use for next year. Each one of these blooms is about a pack of seeds. If you were to go buy marigold seeds, you would get about this many seeds in a pack. You can just see how many seeds there are. In one little bloom. And when you dry them out, save them and plant them next year, and there'll be plenty, and there's plenty on here. This is the passion flower. This is its main place where it grows. It's on an old bed frame, headboard that I saved, and we grew it up. I'm trying to contain this vine. This is a camellia plant that my friend gave me. It was about 6 inches start when she gave it to me, and it's about 5 feet tall now. The spider web. Isn't that pretty this morning? Spider web with dewdrops. This garden's grown. It's really overgrown. It's just took off this year. I let the morning glories grow. The hummingbirds and the bees and the butterflies love the morning glories. We have some hummingbird vine. It's pretty much taken over. We try to grow it near the feeders so they'll have a choice of food, the hummingbird food that we put out, or natural flowers. There's plenty of natural food for the hummingbirds and the butterflies. These beautiful orange zinnias I grew this year. I bought a pack of multicolored zinnias, but when I planted them, this is what came out, just the orange ones. And that's okay. That was okay for me. That was a garden surprise. But I'll certainly take it this time of the year. I've cut down a lot of these. A lot of these have finished blooming. They bloomed during the summer. They were beautiful. And these are just the ones that are left. I'm glad there were some orange ones left for the fall. This is the angel trumpet. It's a beautiful flower, huge flowers, very fragrant, poisonous plant. I have to be very careful with the grandchildren. We have 6 grandchildren, and we watch them around this plant. We don't want them to accidentally pick any of this. And this is the grandkids' fairy garden. The zinnias. I certainly love these full zinnias. These are the ones I'm really saving the seeds. I'm looking forward to planting next year. I get so excited making the plans for gardening the next year. These are coneflowers, purple coneflower, echinacea. Of course, I use these. I dry these and use them in herbal remedies. Also, the passion flower, I dry and make tea out of that. But these purple coneflowers here, they're growing too close to the sidewalk, so after we cut down a lot of the overgrowth, I'll transfer those out into the middle so they'll have more space to grow. Blue mist. It's a cloudy day today, but if it were a sunny day today, these things would be bright blue. Well, thank you for touring my garden with me today, giving me the opportunity to share some of the things I've grown. I hope you have a good day. Until next time.